Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy full moon. Oh, dang it. Hate when it does that. Um, oh gosh, so much is happening. Okay, it's not much better. I was trying to adjust the other camera and it's just not doing it. Happy full moon. Happy full moon in Libra. I'm a Libra. I'm feeling very full this full moon. I woke up from some of the wildest dreams that I have dreamt in a minute. It was such a collaboration of dream. So for the longest time, I've dreamt about this house. And this house has got like hidden passages inside of the house. Last night, I was in the outer edges of this house, and just having like the weirdest interaction. A lot of different social characters coming from different timelines, like different friends in different periods with like different boyfriends or girlfriends sort of overlapping. And at the same time as that was happening, I was also dreaming about this other plan that I sort of like woke up more excited than I can even reasonably get to right now, because it seems so out of left field. But that is just going to sort of sit in this little nest egg of potentiality. But today, I'm in this like full moon energy. I have been coming into this big change as far as like my personal life has gone, and more pieces were added yesterday, which was kind of what I wanted. I, as an air sign and as an optimistic, as a person who likes to work in the invisible, that does leave space for a lot of options. And as the focus narrows, as things come closer to evolving and coming out, the options fall away and what is happening becomes more clear. So while all of that has happened, even another idea has yet come into the equation. So I'm going to be working on all of that today. I'm really excited about this change, as equally as excited as I am like curious. And I can't say like I'm not a little like, because it's huge. It's like making, like having all of your beautiful things and you stack them and arrange them on this beautiful carpet, and you're in the breath, you're right in the middle of knowing that someone is like yanking this carpet, and everything that you've worked so hard for and that you love and value outside of yourself is up for like this big move. And while you trust the universe and expect everything to land exactly as it was, the human, still humans, the human would like certainty, so the work that I get to do today, which perfectly aligns to Wednesday, which perfectly aligns to the full moon, which of course it does, I love the energy work of putting yourself in the right time at the right place. No matter what's happening in your experience, you're able to position yourself to be in the best place for that, to work out the best that it could for you. Like a lot of times when we're getting ourselves into the experience, so much has already happened that we can sort of just watch it unfold. There isn't a lot more that we can do to change the outcome. As you are more in tune with your original thoughts and your first intentions, you sort of see that smooth out. It feels a little less like I just got to hold on and wait for this to start all over again. And you can get in there and move things around before they come out. You can practice changing your timelines and drawing your creation closer. You can practice all of that. It is just a natural part of anything that would have a new beginning. It would be coming off of an ending. And that's a cycle that was not easy for me to get comfortable with in the beginning. I remember being a little girl and my mom threw away my pillow, and it was just a pillow, and it was so flat from me sleeping on it for 1 billion million minutes. Like, it was just like, was there even any pillow there? I don't know. But I felt this devastation, and I'm not joking, devastation, because this favorite pillow was now down. My bedroom was on the 3rd floor, and I looked at the window. I could see my pillow sitting on top of the trash. So, of course, I had to go get my pillow out of the trash. And I got in trouble for that. But in that moment, I felt like I had to. I felt like letting go of that pillow wasn't something I could deal with. It wasn't going to be okay, you know? And I realize now as an adult, you know, things can feel that way. And just like the pillow was replenished and there was still a pillow. You know, there was still a pillow. It was a different pillow, but it was still a pillow. I was still okay. You know, now I'm here. There will still be what I am reaching for. I will, and now I know it's this or better. So I don't have to be afraid that my new pillow will suck. You know, I actually should be and am, because shoulds are shit. But I am excited because I know that when you're tuning with your energy and things start moving, it's going to go with the all of you. You know, one doubt in the middle of someone that is present and loving as often as they can is not going to tank your ship. If anything, the coolest part of this for me inside has been, even when I am doubtful, I can feel my energy reassuring me. There have been times when I would be a little like, what's going to happen? And I convince myself to shut down. And without even forcing, without even trying, my body will just get up and I just do the things that I know are good for me. I will just get up and go do a little yoga. I'll get up and, you know, wash some dishes and make myself something to eat. Because for me, I'm the kind of person, when I get stressed out, I can just shut down. I don't want food. I don't want to talk. I just want to panic. While I know 10 years in, that's not what serves me, those reactions are still real. I still get to nurture myself through that for as long as it's there. You know, if one day I wake up and somebody's like, hey, I'm about to yank your carpet, and I get excited, then great. But if I wake up and someone says I'm going to yank your carpet, and I'm like, ruh-roh, and I need to brace myself and anchor in the stability, then great, I can do that too. You know, the coolest part about it is, while our energy wellness gets to grow and layer in, and our manifestations change, like things come and go, situations come and go, but energy is consistent. When your stream is well-being and believing in yourself, believing in your efforts of connecting to your higher source, connecting to your timeline, doing the best things for you, even if everyone around you is doing something a little different. When you start moving in a way that says, I'm trusting me as a whole, I'm listening for my higher guidance, I'm tuning in to the invisible parts of me that have been long not acknowledged, or maybe heard here and there without much significance. But I believe that any person in this space with this spiritual grounding sense of self, it's been there all along. Just like for me, even when I didn't know what was happening, even when I questioned if I should be in a soft room or not, that was there all along. And the coolest part about learning and practicing, understanding that inner invisible part of myself that other people can do too, is knowing that you can tune that into working as well for you as your arms and legs can do, as your words, as your art, as your voice, you know, as your dancing, anything in the whole creative mind that you could experience, that anything that you've done really well can even be better. Anything that has been hard can become softer and easier. And that all begins shifting when the invisible world softens and shapes differently to your energy, to your beliefs and to the new thought forms, the new neural pathways, and you begin to gather new evidence. And anything new is slower going in the beginning, and our ego and our shadow get afraid, and they're gonna want to get in there and be like, nah, screw it up, go panic, go do this. Oh my God, thanks for all the likes, I appreciate that. You know, your ego will get in there and try to tell you, squirm, flail, freak out. And your flex, you get to practice your superpower of holding. This is what I get to do today. I get to hold the foundation and know that I did all the work that I was advised to yesterday. I sort of know this pattern that I get to know within myself. You know, we are all manifesting all of the time, the way we are all breathing, the way the moon is mooning, and the way the sun is sunning. That is always happening, however words you like to call it. Our life is always evolving out of us through our beliefs and emotions, however you want to call that. So when I start doing it on purpose, when I start clearing the debris of not liking me, not believing in me, not wishing myself well, I can begin tuning my cells, tuning this whole body to be a receptor of well-being. You know, I was a person that didn't believe in my well-being. Self-love was a total foreign term to me. I remember saying, like, dude, I don't even like this person. And while that sounds a little funny, it was real. And it wasn't really funny. You know, I think the funniest characters of us, our quickest, most funniest friends will agree that having that close of awareness, to be that sharp, requires the knowingness of how things can be, how hard things can or have been. You know, like, you don't just get funny because everything is easy. You don't get to be so funny because you've had a padded experience. Usually embracing the humor is your way of manipulating and maneuvering and soothing yourself through creation. So, and for myself, I have always been one that leans to comedy. You know, I'm nervous with confrontation, so I try to lighten it. And I'm equally someone who enjoys teaching. And when I'm in that space, I don't need to resort to comedy. I'm just excited to teach. And I get to hear myself in these different spaces, and I can pull from different tools in me that help stabilize me. And so wherever you are, whatever your tools are going to be your best tools, and they will grow and change with you. While I would joke and laugh so much before when my teachers would say things about, like, practicing Reiki on me, practicing energy work, telling me yoga was going to help release negative energy, and I didn't believe in any of that before. I thought that was redunculous. That's not where I came from at all. So we made fun of those people in my day when I was a growing up person. You know, I made fun of the me's. You know, I thought they were not real. I didn't believe happy was real. I didn't think they were facing reality. This is a truth. I wasn't letting myself be happy because I believed that it wasn't real. I thought they were lying to themselves, that happy could not exist because of all of this, you know. And it took me sitting down with myself, learning myself to say, I can see this, which is real, and I can also see this, which is also real. And as a hub of energy, as a source of which my creation comes out of me, it's going to be me. The way my body looks is up to me. The way my love life looks, it's up to me. The way my finances and my career look, it's up to me. The way my parenting, the way all of it looks and comes out is up to me. You know, I think about, like, the airplane notice, you know, put your mask on first. You put you on first. You align you and then. And anything that you do will begin to tune into the better parts of you. Even situations that don't seem like, I really want to do this. You know, you can start to know, whoa. Energy always comes first. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Always thought first. Always thought first. Always thought first. Feeling, response, manifestation. It's like that over and over and over and over again. So if I'm knowing this, and if I can slow down and be with myself through all of the inner turmoil that it is. It's a little crazy. I always say, when I first was learning to pay attention to my thoughts, it was like this huge wave, and I was supposed to surf that? Like, what? Do you know what this has done to me? Have you seen where I am? Clearly, I'm not doing well navigating this wave. But little by little, how do we eat the elephant? One bite at a time. And eventually, I was able to get this corner sort of soothed and that corner calmed down. And looky over here, that got better. And it just started rippling and rippling and rippling and rippling. And 10 years later, still rippling, you know? So wherever you are, know that you can let it be better for yourself. You can tune into the best result, the best outcome. And it gets to get better from here. And it gets to get better from here. How do I move to where whatever is happening now, I can position myself so whatever unfolds, I get to be better from here. Better because I deserve it. Not because other people deserve a better part of me. Not because I need to be something for anyone else. Better because I deserve to feel better. I deserve to enjoy my life. I deserve happy. I deserve love. I deserve support. Whether I am a married mom or a single mom, whether I have parents or I don't, you know, no matter what, I still deserve those things. So I'm just going to know that. And when the apple cart starts shaking, I'm just going to go into the knowing. I'm going to put the mask on first. I'm going to remind myself who we are. And I'm going to look for the signs where higher self speaks. And I'm not going to respond to action that looks like fear. You know, when I hear the nudge, I'm going to respond to the nudge. And I'm not going to do anything else, because my favorite learning in the beginning, which I hated, of course, was that the universe doesn't acknowledge the difference between a large creation and a small creation. I can have the best parking spot and get the best next job. I can have, walk into the store and what I want is on sale, or I can match up with this next best person who is going to be just the right fit for where I'm going next. And that's where I'm at. That's actually happened a lot of times. I have proof of that happening even when I was unsure. So now I'm sure. Now I know. I'm just going to go that way. That's that. And I'm going to calm myself. My body is shaking. It's been doing this all morning. It's not just the caffeine. But I'm just going to keep everything calming it down. And then as the calm is there, I will hear the next idea. I will hear the next, go do that. And I will go do that. And that will be the next, right, go do that. Make sense? It's really, really a lot easier than I first thought it to be. And maybe it's because I take things so literal. I've been the kind of learner that I want to watch you do it and copy. It's a little hard to watch people manipulate their invisible self. It's invisible. But you can feel how people feel when they're around you. You can be in a room with a person and a person says, I'm fine, and you can feel they're not fine. You can be in a room and a person is ridiculously excited and you have no idea why, but you're just like, oh my God, what is happening? Tell me. We can feel. And the more that we let ourselves feel, the more we get to feel on purpose. And feeling on purpose is how we navigate the invisible to get the outcome that, ooh, yay, hooray. You know, it's not a fear outcome. It's a created on purpose outcome. It's, I thought, and I knew, and I saw it, so I went. And ta-da. You know? All right. I am going to get into this day and see what's next. Such a full moon. Such a full moon. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.